Live.
Thank you. Um, I'd like to call the Public Service Committee to order. If I could get approval of our previous meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have two pieces coming before us. The first one is an ordinance determining to proceed with the levying special assessments for the improvement of Maryland Avenue between the termini of 4th Street and 9th Street by paving, grading, constructing, and reconstructing curbs and driveway approaches and installing roof drain pipes and declaring an emergency. Mr. Leto?
Thank you, Madam Chairman and members of the committee. I think most of you are all familiar with this project. It was a full improvement of Maryland Avenue between 4th and 9th. So we presented this legislation to you and we did the project. It's been about a year now that it's been completed. We've done all the closeouts for this project, and all these property owners were notified before the project started, and this is just to send the notice out that their assessments that will be invoiced. They will have one option: they can pay it in full to us, or they could put it on their property taxes, where at that time it'll be sent over to Summit County, and then they'll have to pay that over the 10 years or 20 payments. So it's a semi-annual issuance for their property taxes, and it'll spread out over that period of time.
Okay. Do I have any questions from committee members? Do I have any questions from council members? Seeing none. Mr. Leto, what's your pleasure?
Consent is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a motion for consent?
Motion for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Our next piece is an ordinance determining to proceed with and levying special assessments for the improvement of Aqueduct Street between the termini of West Market and Memorial Parkway by paving and grading, constructing and reconstructing curbs, concrete sidewalks, and driveway approaches, and installing roof drain pipes, all together with the necessary, what is that called? Occupancies, and declaring an emergency. Mr. Leto?
Thank you, Madam Chairman and members of the committee. This is exactly like the last piece. Only thing is it's aqueduct, and as we know, it was near and dear to our good friend Rich in Ward 1, this project. He put a lot of time in this, a lot of public meetings. All these property owners were notified, obviously, before the project started, what was going to happen. So they did receive an estimate before. Now the project's been closed out over a year ago, and they will receive their invoice for this, and they have the same conditions, whether to pay it or to defer it over the 10 years.
Okay, do I have any questions from committee members? Any question from council members? I'm assuming the same you want, oh, wait a minute. Councilman Fusco?
Thank you, Ms. Samples. Why is this state, I think we've been doing this for a while, but just determining to proceed with, oh, never mind. I got it. I just caught it. Thank you.
So is consent okay, Mr. Leto?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, can I get a motion for consent?
Motion for consent.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. We have one more piece before us. Ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service to apply for, and if awarded, accept and expend an airport improvement grant administered by the Federal Aviation Administration and declaring an emergency. Mr. Leto?
Thank you, Madam Chairman and members of the committee. We've put a considerable amount of work in our Akron Fulton Airport over the last couple of years, and they just recently paved it with a project you approved last year, which came out real well. Last year, we upgraded the runway lights, the main runway, This legislation will allow us to apply for a grant for more funding through the FAA, which is 90% FAA, 5% ODOT, and then city would be responsible for 5%. It's about $1 million project, and we'd be responsible for about just under $60,000. But then this is the taxiway that is just parallel with the main runway or to the north. So what I would like to do is ask for suspension of the rules, Madam Chair, because of the timing of this grant application. So if we do receive this grant application, we will come back to you for further legislation to proceed with the work.
Okay, okay. Any questions from committee members? Any question from council members? I'm looking and seeing none. Okay, could I get a motion for suspension of the rules?
I'll make a motion for suspension of the rules.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. And we have nothing else coming before us, so we are adjourned.
Thank you.